Hey, what's up, guys? This is Gabe. I just wanted to let you guys know that I'm at the D6 conference in Louisville, Kentucky right now, but tonight we have a really special night planned for you. We're going to be talking about missions tonight, and really the heart of this church is to grow disciples to reach the unreached, and that's locally and also globally. So tonight we're going to focus in on one of the missionaries that we support as a church, but more importantly, the missionaries that we have chosen to really own as Kaleo, and that is Ray and Candace Ward of the Outpour movement. And to do that tonight, we're going to play some videos of theirs. We're also going to talk to our missions pastor, Kim Kokos, as well as someone who's been on a missions trip to Thailand. So I hope you guys are really enjoying this time, and it's going to be great.
Seeds of the stories we've gathered. Once, we made our way out of their minds. We carried hope beating in our bamboo hearts, and together we felt the heartbeats of every living being in existence. We walked with every step an imprint into the ground they tried to bury us in. We crossed because we knew our story was worth the journey of tattered and torn feet, bruising the very soil that welcomed our first breath. Worth the ridicule of our hearts so battered, they struggled to pump love into the deepest parts of our bodies. On a stage so grand, we became the news of the day. Burma. I remember almost 2 years ago being told the story of a young boy who was handed over to a life of landfills, of a mother having to give away her son because she couldn't take care of him. I remember this same boy almost dying in this landfill because of a dump truck accident. I remember hearing the story of this boy making his way to town, to Mesa, where we live, and hearing how notorious he was. Then I remember hearing how we had found this young boy sleeping in front of one of our businesses. After we had tried to get him help, put him in a home, try to get him in school, he continued to steal. He continued to run and do the things that he was so used to doing, and that was so difficult and so raw, and he stole from us again. And again, in that difficult place of what do? I found an urgency in my heart to go and look for this child, for this boy. I remember walking my bicycle out of the market, and as I was walking out of the market, I remember a tug on the fender of my bike. And I remember looking back at this young boy, looking back and looking down and seeing this kid, seeing this boy holding onto the fender of my bike with head down, and he was taking steps with me, and every few steps he would look up just to make sure I was still there. Just as I was about to give up, I remember stopping and looking at him and saying, "Are you ready to go back to the home?" And I remember him saying yes to me. And that's the story of a young boy. That's the story of a seed, the first seed. His name is Kin. These young boys, these seeds, these young boys and girls on the streets of Mesa, to me, they're driven by the joy of yesterday's victims. I'm reminded of the quote, "They tried to bury us, they didn't know we were seeds." And to me, that's explosive because it speaks of the kin. It speaks of the child that roams the streets by night. And that's the kid that we're looking to create a space for. A place where they can grow, a place where they can simply be a child.
Outpour movement has a legacy of sowing seeds in Thailand and Burma. We have been working in this same area of the world now for 15 years, developing life skill homes for underprivileged youth, working on sustainable projects in agriculture, business, and relief aid. Refugee kids from a war-torn nation are becoming empowered and educated. We have many kids just like Kin that gravitate to us, to our homes and to our businesses for safety and comfort. These kids have been displaced from their own country, making it illegal and dangerous for them to be on the streets. Imagine with me for a moment, in your neighborhood where you live, barefooted boys and girls digging through your trash trying to find things to survive. This is the raw reality of where we live. These kids need a safe and legal space to create, have fun, to simply learn and be given tools for their future. The reality is we have grown out of our current location. The vision is Seeds. Seeds will be a creative space that freely takes these kids and others in these communities and hands them the tools that they need to succeed in a safe, welcoming, and creative environment. We're super excited because we've recently acquired the space that we've been looking for. We're in the process of relocating our business training centers to a larger location so we can employ, train, and empower more people with more jobs. Our restaurant and bike shop not only employ, but encourage the dream of entrepreneurship. Seeds will function as a creative arts youth center. It's a large enough space for sporting events, skateboarding, and programs that will focus on art, dance, music, film, photography, and more. A place to create, to innovate, to become. The synergy of what we are creating is embodied in this project. It is a property that will have the space to welcome and take in more people in need of rescue. Imagine with me a space that combats these issues with opportunity. We desperately need $180,000 to move this project forward. We really can't do this without you. These problems are real. We are met with them every day. And together, we can be a part of the change. It's not about just meeting a need. It's about the dignity of people, graduating from a place of just day-to-day survival to freedom and hope for themselves and for future generations. Join us to see this vision become a reality.